back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So I'm here today to review a sequel and also the end of a series, which is always good. So this is The Fifth Empire of Man by Rob J. Hayes, and it is the second one in the duology Best Laid Plans. I've already reviewed the first one, which was one of the SBFBO finalists for this year, so it's definitely a series that I think is well worth reading, and this is the second one, and I really enjoyed this one too. This is a pirate story, and in the true spirit of pirate stories, it is very much about adventuring on the high seas, robbing people, killing people, pillaging. There is some rape in the first book, and there's definitely some nasty things that happen, so do be aware of that, but I mean, they're pirates, so what can you expect? And genuinely, it's full of humour as well. It's got a lot of banter, a lot of really funny moments, and a lot of really charismatic characters who you can follow and enjoy their stories. This one actually focused a little bit more on the female characters than the first book, which I thought was really great, because in the first book that was one of my criticisms with it, was that it didn't feel like there was enough on the female characters, and I really am glad that in the second one we do get a bit more of them and we kind of see them develop and kind of grow into themselves a little bit more, which was really nice. Especially Elena, who is one of our captains. She had some really horrible things happen to her in book one, and yet we see her in book two just becoming an excellent leading lady and leading her way to victory multiple times in various very tricky situations, and I really enjoy her as a character. I also do like the fact that we kind of return to our main characters, so we have three captains who are all working for a new pirate isle in this book, and that is Tanner, Drake and Stillwater, and they're all working for their own aims alongside trying to unite the pirates for various reasons, but mainly they want to stop all of the guards who keep on trying to eradicate the pirates. So they're fighting back, they're creating a civilization, they're doing things differently from all the pirates before them, and they're trying their best to basically bring everyone under their umbrella and make everyone in the pirate world kind of conform to the way they want them to be, so that they can be pirates. They can pillage, they can rob, and they can do things that they need to, but they also have a justification for doing that, and that is what the story is about. And I really enjoyed this one. I certainly felt like it was a really strong continuation. It picked up right after the ending of the previous book, so you don't feel like there's a disconnect, and I read them quite close together, which I would recommend doing so that you can just feel the flow of the story. It actually feels like the first book ends quite abruptly at sometimes, and then you go straight into this one, so I would certainly say you could read them back to back and consider them one book if you wanted. But I mean, I did have about a break of a month or two, I think, and it's still really, really good, easy to get into and easy to return to the world and the characters. I can't say too much about the plot because obviously I don't want to spoil the first one, but I really enjoyed the plot in this one, and I think it took some twists and turns I wasn't anticipating, but that I really enjoyed. In particular, I enjoyed them going to an island where there's all this magic that's remaining and lots of bad stuff happens there. It kind of reminded me a little bit of some of the things that happen in Robin Hobb's stories in the live ship books, and I really enjoy her, so I really enjoyed this. So genuinely, as a pirate story goes, this one is a great one. I really like it. It's light-hearted, it's sword and sorcery, it's a good lot of fun, and there is magic, certainly a bit more in this book I think than the first. We do get to see some more of the enemies that we're facing, not just humans who are obviously against pirates, but also some of the more nefarious immortals and magic that is left over from a time gone by. There's also an awful lot being hinted at by the end of this book that is still to come, so I imagine even though this is the end of a series, we may well get more in the same world, because lots of events kind of come together and align in the end of this book. It has a very solid resolution, but I do feel like there is definitely more to come, and I think possibly we'll see more of these characters, but definitely we'll see more of the world. I do think there is a series that is actually set before this, but I've not read that one, but I do have the first one in that series already to read, so I'm going to go back and do that. I don't think you have to have read them in the order release. I think you can read them in whatever order you want. So yeah, that is my review of The Fifth Empire of Man by Rob J. Hayes. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and if you like pirates, definitely give it a go. I ended up giving this one a solid 4 stars, and I would certainly recommend it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.